more problems and I believe that. Hustle, go get it, straight get it, gon' secure that bag. I'ma get it out the mud, show love, big customer plug. And say the more money you get, more problems and I believe that. Hustle, go get it, straight get it, gon' secure that bag. I'ma get it out the mud, show love, big customer plug.
Welcome back to the PBC, Pelican Bay's Corner, where I give it to you fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. I tell you, and I told y'all a few weeks ago, we're going to have updates. It's going to be updates on this situation. Y'all come on up in here. Check this out.
A man has surrendered himself to law enforcement in connection with a shooting at an illegal dogfighting operation in April. According to officials, the suspect, identified as Cyrus Van Charles Marsaw of Adams County, is currently facing charges of dogfighting and is now held at the Jefferson County Detention Center without bond. Jefferson County Sheriff's Office officials said investigators are continuing their work on this case, identifying and interviewing individuals in connection with the shooting incident and the dogfighting operation. This is an active and ongoing investigation.
One man turned himself in, and you can bet your bottom dollar, like I always say, it's going to be more arrests to come when it comes to the Jefferson County dogfighting situation where multiple people were shot at a dogfighting match. You know, so look for more updates in the future. Like the Bay always say, some gonna like it and some ain't, man. I'm just here to give that news. I'm not here to say who's guilty, who's not guilty. That ain't my job. I'm here to give that news, and that's all I do. You know, we got some things to talk about today. When it comes to this pit bull community, we got some more things to touch up on. Like I always say, you can't be out here throwing rocks. You can't be out here throwing rocks at brothers in the dog community, and you know you got all this stuff going on with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna touch up on a lot of them topics. I want to talk about what the brother Street Rossi asked me. You know, he was asking me about the video that I did a while back, and I don't know which video this is, Street Rossi, because like I said, I did so many of them, and I'm not even sure what I named that video. But you know, it was at least 4 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago. So if you're looking at the videos and they say 2 years, most likely it's not gonna be on none of them videos. It's gonna be at least 3 to 4 years. But what we was talking about, you asked me about the dog fighting pit that was in the area where the field was, where you see me out doing my training and stuff, you know. And I said, this is what I said, you know, back in the 90s, if you know Champion Fatty that came from Crossroad, we had Champion Fatty, little mate's sister, from the same litter that Champion Fatty came from. Now this is 1996, you know, so that'll be what, 30 years, exactly 30 years ago, you know. When you see me doing my training and all that stuff out there in them football fields, none of that stuff was there then. You know, that was deep woods. That was considered the county area, you know, in that particular space where you see me doing my dog training. Back in the 90s, the mid 90s, early 90s, the 80s, if you lived where I live at now, if you lived there and you ran to where that football field is at, where you see me doing my training, and you ran to them woods, the city police couldn't chase you over there. The county police had to come over there because that was considered county area. You know, unless you did something like a homicide or something like that. I'm talking like just something that the city police was messing with you about. And if you ran across into that where that football field is, that was considered county area. Now that was deep woods, and it was a big cornfield out there, you know. And we had our paths and different things that we took. Once we got in the woods, you had in those paths, and it was a little roadway that'll tell you, because it was a trailer park back there as well, you know. All when you see me doing dog training, it was a trailer park that had about 6 or 7 trailers on it, you know, and deep woods, deep woods. You know, bears will come out there, all kind of animals will come out there, you know. So we'll take the dogs back there and go back there and do the rolling. Like I said, that's where I seen my first yellow dog, which was Champion Fatty, little mate's sister, roll at back there. I I don't know which video it is, Street Rossi. That's why I'm explaining it to you right now. And I'm not speaking any way you see me training in that football field. All them spots wasn't where we'll do the dogs at, but that whole football field was woods. Where you see Mellow Yellow do the flirt pole on the white sand at. When you see me do the flirt pole out there in the field, when I stick it down in the white sand, that's almost the exact spot is one of the dog spots was at. That's almost the exact spot. And then when you see, let me see, I have to get out there and do the video again as far as walking through the field and show you where the exact spots was at. But it was deep woods, man, deep enough to where the people in the neighborhood didn't know where you was at. They couldn't find you, And like I said, that was considered county area during that time. It's the city now. The city limits done moved way past that now. But like I said, that's another thing to show you that times have changed. It's not the same era. Things just are different now. And that's why I always say it ain't back in the days. It's not the golden era. It's not the Wild Wild West days. That's why I say all that every time when I'm speaking about the match dogs or comparing to the modern day time and stuff like that. So let me see something else. Now that Cottonham Sheba dog that I tell you about, I did him quite a few times back there in that same damn area, and like I said, it's dogs that I'll never remember that either lost their lives back there or left them back there victorious. Now I remember me and my boy, I'm not gonna call his name right now. Me and my boy had a dog that we did back there, and that same Cottonham Sheba dog that I had that I'm telling you about. We did them, and somehow or another, a car came back there. And we thought it was the police. We never really paid attention what kind of car it was. The car just rolled back there where we was at. Cause like I told you, it was some dirt roads made through back there in the woods or whatever. So a car came down. Everybody broke camp, left the dogs in the box, and we broke. I went home, man. I'm gonna say about maybe 15 to 30 minutes. Probably wasn't even that long. 15 to 20 minutes later. It probably wasn't even that long, maybe 15 minutes. My dog came running around the road. He came out the woods, running a slow trot. He was trotting. Came out the woods and came all the way back home. I'm not gonna lie to you. If it was the police, he would have brought him directly to my house. And my house, was not like just come out the woods and go to my yard. He had to actually find out where, he had to know how to get back to my house. So he came running down the road, came back to the yard, came directly back to the yard. I tied him up, told him good boy, and we went back in the woods, and the other dog was DOA'd back there. You know what I'm saying? The dog that he was in the box with, he was DOA'd. I didn't see it go down. I don't know how he did it. I'm guessing the throat. But he was through. But yeah, man, that's that spot right there. When they cleared the woods down, they had a big article in the newspaper that said, "Dog graveyard found." Graveyard found back in the woods or whatever. Now, that's because you had not just me; it was other people that used to go back there and match their dogs as well. Some dogs made it out, some dogs didn't. I put one of my dogs down. I had a Staffordshire that I told y'all about. I might have told y'all this story before. That I bred that Cottonham male to, that the same one I'm talking about now. I had a Staffordshire that I bred him to, and I bred him about 5 or 6 times. And I came outside, heard the dogs barking. I come outside, and my neighbor, mixed breed pit bull. Now, let me explain to you something real quick. You remember I told you my first dog was a mixed breed pit bull boxer? Okay. Now, my neighbor had one of the same dogs from the same man, but it was just an older litter. I had one of the no more recent litters, and mine was all white. I showed y'all the picture before on my videos. Mine was all white. My neighbor had one that was from one of the first litters that was a brown color, buck, like not the buckskin, but more of a brown color. Looked more like a pit bull, but it was kind of like the boxer color. It didn't really look like the boxer. It had the pit bull kind of face. It didn't have that pushed in face like a boxer have. But anyway, he was hung off into my Staffordshire. And this was after I had done bred my Cottenham male to her about 5 or 6 times already. Now, knowing what I know now, I probably would have had my puppies still. My Cottenham mixed with the staff puppies. But I was so infuriated at the time, it pissed me off. I was gonna do what I was gonna do. I was gonna let that Cottenham male loose and let him hit the damn dog while he was stuck on my dog, But my neighbor, he was an older man, and he said, "You better not do it. You better not do it." So I didn't do that, right? Me, jackass, making the jackass move like a young person would do. You know what I'm saying? What I did, I took my female, took her to the woods and put her down right there in front of him. I probably bucked about 5 or 6, 7 times. Same woods I'm talking about. Took her out there and I put her down, Knowing what I know now, that was a bad move, because she probably was already caught and there probably was no way that he can, have any puppies and with that female. And another thing, being that I know what I know now, if he did have 1 or 2 puppies, it would have been easier for me to distinguish which ones was which. Because regardless, they're either going to be the Cottenham Sheba dog or the Staffordshire and the Staffordshire mix puppies, or they're going to be the pit bull and boxer mix and Staffordshire puppies. It's not going to be the pit bull and the all 3 of them mix. It's only going to be one male with the female or either male with the female. So I fucked up by taking her out there and putting her down. And now that I look back on it, a lot of these brothers talking about how they made the staff mixes with certain dogs. Man, that probably would have been some of the best dogs I had. You know what I'm saying? She was off a Staffordshire litter that from 3 or 4 months old, she was rolling. We used to take her and her sister. She had a black sister. And she was brown with the black mask like a Mayday color. We used to take her and her sister and just let them roll. And they'd just lock up, boom. Lock up, boom. I'm talking about no growling, no barking, just straight hitting. Boom, straight Staffordshire, UKC papers, So I did that with him. And like I said, when they start clearing them woods down and getting their stuff ready for the park, they say they found a dog graveyard back there. And I know it was at least maybe 50 dogs that done got put down back there in the woods. None of them buried, just put down all across the woods, no particular spot. Just have their own little area. But once you leave them back there, they'll decay. Animals will get hold to them, and you'll have nothing but the bones left. Especially when you clear all them woods down and level it to the dirt, you ain't gonna have nothing but bones back there. So it was a lot of game dogs back there, man. A lot of dogs lost their lives back there in them woods, And like I said, you had a trailer park back there as well. Some of them brothers from the trailer park used to go back there with their dogs. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like a area where you can just get away from the city to go back there in the woods, Street Rossi. You know what I'm saying? And, did a lot of things back there, man. Did a lot of things back there. But for the most part, that whole area where you see me in the football field and where you see me with them puppies, like that area where I did the video with the puppies, my last litter of puppies, and I'm showing y'all with the puppies out there with Meliello when I had all the litters out there. And I had the other litter out there, the wet Meliello litter, the litter of Fletcher and BG, and I had all them puppies out there playing. That whole little area, that's right there where, we did the dogs at. You know what I'm saying? Right there. But yeah, man, like I said, the good old days when I was young and the good old days when the laws weren't the same, it was a misdemeanor. Like I said, the police did come back there one particular time and caught us in the middle of a dog fighting situation. They took the dogs, the ones they found. One of the dogs that was back there waiting to go to the box, she ended up laying down in the woods. They didn't even find her. She just found us a nice quiet spot, and she laid down in the woods, and they took the ones that they saw, and we went back there, and she was still back there laying in the woods. And then, like I said, this different times now because we went to the dog pound and got, well, one of the puppies that they got. It was 2 puppies, that took to the dog pound. We only went and got one of them. Just told them somebody stole the dog, and paid a little, $50 or $70 some dollars for the dog to get out the dog animal shelter. So different times, man, that'll never go down now. It'll never happen like that now. They'll never believe that now. You know what I'm saying? So different era, man. I wouldn't fool myself to think that's the same era and I'm dealing with the same times as I was dealing with back then. You know what I'm saying? Too much technology and things is just too different, to allow myself to think that way, But yeah, man. Like I said, I'll do a video and show you exactly what's what, and when it comes to where folks were going at, with the dog fighting stuff back then, Now, let me talk about this. Big thank you to everybody that's tuned in, man. Everybody that's down in the chat. Everybody that's riding, listening, no matter where you at. Let's talk about this, man. I keep telling y'all, you want to talk all this trash, you talk about this person or you talk about that person. See, this is the thing. Today we talking about more news that done came out about Fatbill and Tom Ratliff. You know what I'm saying? Big salute and big shout out to the brother Ed Farron. He's speaking about some Fatbill stuff on some of them posts on Facebook, and the Bay seen it, and the Bay gonna speak about it. You don't want it to be spoke about, don't put it out there. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the news outlets get it, and I pay attention to stuff, So the news outlet got it, and now I'm gonna speak about it. Say, Tom Ratliff wrote some articles about Fatbill, and this is the thing. They say Fatbill broke in his house, and him and Fatbill and another fella broke in Tom Ratliff's house and stole some memorabilia. You see, I keep telling y'all brothers, man, y'all want to call names, you want to say this, you want to say that, but in this dog game, a lot of y'all is flaky. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all flaky and got bad names in this dog game. Broke in the house, stole the man's stuff. Then, the man came, told y'all if you give him his stuff back, he'll take it, and you gotta fight him in order for him to forgive you. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't fighting him, he ain't forgiving you. You bring the stuff back. One of the guys that was with Fatbill brought the stuff back. He did a one-on-one with Tom Ratliff. Tom Ratliff forgave him. You know what I'm saying? Kicked his ass and forgave him. Now, Fatbill wouldn't never do it. Say Tom Ratliff went to Fatbill's house, yelling outside for him to come outside. Fatbill wouldn't come outside. You wouldn't return the stuff and you wouldn't come outside. What kind of dog man is you dealing with? Now you want to talk about Tom Garner. You want to talk about Pelican Bay. You want to talk about David Tant. I keep telling y'all, they're talking about these folk because these folk not going to get up here and respond back. They're not going to get up here and say anything back to you and make it seem like you lying about this or lying about that. The only thing that we had, the person that voiced what was going on back then was Brother Pat Patrick when he said none of the dog men deal with Fatbill. You know what I'm saying? He the only one that from that era that got up there and spoke. So he feels safe. If Tom Ratliff was out here talking on these YouTube channels, Fatbill probably wouldn't even be on these channels. If David Tant was up here talking on these YouTube channels, he probably wouldn't even be up here on these YouTube channels because these brothers know all this stuff about him in the dog game. We ain't talking about what he got going on in his personal life, whether he's straight or homosexual. We ain't talking about who he dealt with because we done had brothers that you want to say Mr. Hall is this. We ain't talking about your sexuality, none of that. We talking about how you handle yourself in this dog game. Now, the dude is outside of Fatbill's house screaming and calling for him, telling him to come out the door. He ain't come outside. Mr. Ratliff killed his champion John Wayne. If I ain't mistaken, he said. Champion John Wayne was gunned down by Mr. Tom Ratliff because Fatbill was playing a coward in the house and wouldn't come out. Now, I just gave y'all a video a couple weeks ago where Fatbill said he's going to call the police on a man for snatching his phone. Now, if that had been me at one of the dog shows saying, I'm going to call the police on somebody from taking my phone, none of y'all will be able to live it down. Everybody be talking about it. Oh, this and oh, that. Oh, this and oh, that. We push the goalposts when we want it to be pushed. You know, we talk about who we want to talk about. It's a favoritism thing out here in this dog game. PBK gonna give it to you fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. Some gonna like it and some ain't. It just is what it is. You mean to tell me Tom Ratliff killed your champion? And you wouldn't come out the house to do anything about that? But I mean, you know the man had a right to do what he did because you broke in his house, you know? And that shows you the different type of people that you're dealing with in this dog game. You know what I'm saying? When you listen to all the old schoolers giving their stories about a person, you see why Pat Patrick said what he said. None of the dog brothers fuck with him because he's a crook, because he's a liar, he's a thief. Not only that, they say, you know, he was the police, the same way he trying to call other people names. And I'm going to get to another fella that I'm going to speak about in this video right here that did the same thing. You know? So what y'all need to be doing is sticking to the topics of talking about this health with these dogs. Stop getting into the personal issues with people because you got too many skeletons in your closet from way back when. And the more these dog brothers that come out, they want to talk about things, you're going to hear this and you're going to hear that and you're going to hear this and you're going to hear that about your favorite dog men. Yeah. Yes, You see, PBK got in trouble. When I got in trouble, nobody lost their dogs. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, period, lost their dogs. Nobody, period, had any police show up to their house about any dogs. You know, period. But see, you had DJ Dynamite get up on his dirty section of Facebook, which is the Bootleg Waccamaw. He the Bootleg Waccamaw, the fake Waccamaw. Get up on the dirty section of his Facebook page and make up all kind of shit about the Bay. You see? But now it's going in a full circle to where I'm about to show y'all this is what I don't understand. How you gonna say anything about me, you know, when you're up on, you got locked up in Georgetown for a cocaine charge, more than 10 grams, but less than 28 grams. You know, in 2016. Now, DJ Dynamite he's a great DJ, you know, great DJ. But when it comes to the streets, he's not a street dude. You know, he you know how people are not really be in the streets, but they get caught up with the drugs? He one of them type. He's not a bulldogger, a for sure bulldogger. I'm telling y'all that. Yeah, he held a couple scratched up dogs for certain people, you know, and this and that, and they made him feel like he had the second yard and all. It wasn't no second yard. He was just holding scratched up dogs. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, you caught a cocaine charge in 2016, you try to keep quiet. Try to keep that quiet, but you want to get on your dirty section of Facebook and make up some shit about Pelican Bay K9s. I wrote a whole book about my situation, what went down with me. I got up there and did videos. When I first started doing my videos on this dog shit, I talked about my own situation. But you never mentioned anything about yours. Sonny, do you even know that DJ Dynamite got busted by the Drug Enforcement Agency? Now, this is what we got to figure out. Was it the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, or was it the DEU around here? The DEU, which is the Drug Enforcement Unit, because it on a record, it just says you was arrested by the Drug Enforcement. That's not your Georgetown police officers. That's either DEU or DEA. Now, like I said, when you go to mentioning Pelican Bay, you should have put your shit up there and explain to brothers about your stuff instead of trying to get me to have to explain something about mine. You know? Because I don't mind talking about mine. At the end of the damn day. I done did it. You know, it is what it is. Been there, done that. But Bootleg Waccamaw, you try to keep it on the low that you got in trouble with them boys. Like I said, there wasn't no regular arrest. Your charge list say drug enforcement, arresting agency, drug enforcement. So maybe you need to do some explaining on your dirty side of your Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to do some explaining. The same way you know, these brothers be out here hating so bad. Like you got Ready Red. He just another motherfucker peeling off that Waccamaw shit. Don't know nothing about the Waccamaw stuff. You know, you can tell when people have secret animosity against you and with you. I never did nothing to Ready Red in my damn life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe gave him a few props here and there. You know, he ain't did nothing to benefit this damn dog game. He's a puppy peddler. That motherfucker sell Frenchies, bullies, all kind of shit. And then he's selling that Waccamaw shit. He don't know nothing about that stuff at all. At all. But you got secret animosity because you blocked Pelican Bay off. And I ain't did nothing to you. You know? I enjoy looking at your dogs time to time. Never said anything about your dogs. But see, he affiliated with DJ Dynamite. So he wanna, what he do is he wanna take sides. So he took DJ Dynamite's side, so that's why I'm talking about his ass right now. He ain't nothing but a puppy peddler. He don't know shit about them Waccamaw dogs and them Big John dogs and all that. All he know is what he bought, and that's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff that I get up here and talk about, that's what he know. He don't know no more than that shit there. And I ain't talking about, he know about his dogs. He don't know about the dogs in his pedigrees is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So he'll listen to DJ Dynamite and block me out, you know. But like I said, that because you blocked me out and let me know you got bitch tendencies. You can't think for yourself. You know what I'm saying? A brother never did nothing to you, but you want to listen to somebody because of a dog. I tell y'all, I ain't the one that's going to let you manipulate my mind and my thinking so I can be cool with you about some damn dogs. You know what I'm saying? I bulldog out this bitch. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about and care less if you like me. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, when y'all brothers want to mention me and Buck City name, don't disrespect my motherfucking name like that because I got 30-some years in this dog game. You know what I'm saying? More than a lot of motherfuckers got. You know, I've been, and I can verify it. You know what I'm saying? Over 30 years. I'm 47. I would have been 17 30 years ago. Man, I was bulldogging before I was 17. You know, or I had real pit bulls before or at the age of 17, at least. 17, I would have been in about 11th grade. Had bulldogs then, man. The little picture, the little card I show y'all with Sambo on it, that shit is going on to 27 years old. The card itself. So same way you want respect on your name because y'all old schoolers and y'all vets put some motherfucking respect on my shit and don't mention my name with no motherfucking flunkies out this bitch. Motherfuckers who ain't got no bulldog credentials, motherfuckers who ain't never let nothing go, and when it's time to talk about your shit, you don't stand up to the occasion to talk about your shit. Don't put me on that motherfucking level. Yeah, I may argue with a motherfucker time to time, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You deserve for folk to be out here talking shit about you, you know, and that let you see several of these dog channels out here, from Buck City, from Fatbill to a couple more of them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't right. Talking shit about this person, talking shit about that person, and can't back up none of your stuff. You know what I'm saying? I always came and rose to the occasion and bring what I brought to the table when it come to me representing my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, I ask brothers and sisters for stories out here and interviews. And like I told you, I got a great interview coming from my brothers and sisters that I screwed up with technical difficulties. I would have had it for you a couple days ago, but things happen. I got to do it again. You know what I'm saying? Got to do it again. And I only rock with certified bulldoggers when I interview brothers. You know what I'm saying? Certified bulldoggers. You know, and this at the end of the day, when it comes to these dogs, I interview you about anything when it comes to these dogs. A brother don't gotta be a bulldogger from back in the days. If you know how to handle these dogs, take care of these dogs, like I always say, the exercise, the health, different things about these dogs or a dog in general, is I can do an interview. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be you was doing something in the Wild Wild West days. But a lot of these brothers mentioning my motherfucking name, they ain't did shit but fuck up the dogs. You know, get busted with the dogs 3 and 4 times in one damn year with the dogs. Get other people busted with the dogs. But try to throw it all off, distract you what's really going on out here. See, I'm not easy to distract it when it comes to paying attention to what really matters. A lot of brothers is because you don't got nothing to stand back on. You don't got nothing to fall back on. So you got to take what, this man's saying about this, or you want to listen to that. Like I said before, some of the stuff that some of these brothers is talking about, and then I see brothers carry that conversation on, let me know that y'all really wasn't bulldogging your damn self. You know? So, man, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Ask DJ Dynamite them questions you want to ask me. Why he try to hide that he got busted with cocaine? You know what I'm saying? Not too long ago. Several years back. You know? Matter of fact, shit, when I was working with Waccamaw, you got busted with cocaine. You know? Meliella them going on 4 years now. They about to be 4 years old. But yeah, you want to get on your dirty side of Facebook and post all kind of stuff about Pelican Bay, this and that and this and that. Farron Joy. That's his name, Farron Joy. Yeah, I told you I had his name right the first time, but I was saying it a little wrong. Farron Joy. Google it. Georgetown, South Carolina. Kennel partners with Ed Moutry. Got an open sled investigation case now. Farron Joy, they know him. You can bet your bottom dollar they know him. Ed Moutry just got busted for dog fighting last year this time. Farron Joy got busted for cocaine several years back. They best friends, they homeboys, they kennel partners. You don't think, man, listen here, man. Act like you don't know what's going on out this bitch. You know? But it is what it is. Is what it is. All I want to ask Sonny them, did y'all know he got busted with cocaine? And y'all want to give him y'all dog name. Give him y'all dog name. He got busted with cocaine, and his kennel partner just got busted in an open sled investigation case that's still going on right now in South Carolina. Do you think that was a good idea? Now that you look back on it, Sonny. Do you think it? I don't know, maybe folk just that greedy for money. Like they always say, all money ain't good money. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. And to the ones that thinking, oh, I'm just trolling. It ain't no trolling in this. We talking straight facts. You know? Like I said before, for a nice pedigree, a nice dog, I don't kiss ass. I believe what I want to believe. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And I'm going to think and say what I want to say. It is what it is. Give a damn what kind of damn dog you got. You can have a dog straight off Grand Champion Yellow. I ain't kissing no damn ass. I ain't none of that type of shit like a lot of these dog brothers out here do. I got what I got. I got my own damn stories. And the more I talk about them, the more I remember. You know? And like I said, when it come to that Mississippi thing down in Mississippi, the brother just turning himself in, it's going to be a lot more updates because you're going to get a lot more arrests from that same situation. You know, he going to tell the story of what happened and how it happened and the folk names he know, just like the folk who not necessarily got arrested but got questioned from the start. The ones who got shot, they told what was going on, you know. No, you can bet the ones who got shot, the only way if they don't got no dog fighting charges is if they gave up the information. Because they know they was there. So at least you're going to have a looking at charge, which is probably going to be a misdemeanor for looking at a dog fight, not actually participating in it. But if you got shot for a reason. You ain't got shot for just being there quiet and just looking unless you got accidentally shot. If motherfucker put some fire on your ass at that square, you was participating. Unless it was an accident. You know, could have been an accident. But like I said, man, a lot of these folk out here on these YouTube channels, they want to throw rocks all the time. They want to pick and choose, and they want to push that goalpost when they want to push that goalpost for their favorite dog man, for their favorite hero. But PBK out here, I don't give a fuck what you say or what you think about me. I'm doing me. You can't stop it. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the right things with my damn dogs. Modern day time. I ain't got no dog ban where I can't have no dogs like a lot of these brothers that's up on these damn channels talking that bullshit. You know, I can't talk the bullshit because I can still have dogs. I can still rock, and I still got damn dogs. You know? So I can't be saying all kind of things and making it seem all kind of ways on my channel. We do the positive when it comes to this breed. We represent the positive when it comes to this breed, and I do the damn news. You like it or not, love it or hate it, kiss my ass like I always say. It's coming, and it ain't gonna stop coming. You know? Salute to all them real bulldoggers out there, man. Salute to all them real bulldoggers. And I'm going to say this, like I said, before I get up out of here. Don't mention my name with no motherfucker he won't get up there and talk about his dogs. These brothers get down in the chat. You show a dog or two on a treadmill. Man, I don't give a fuck about you showing no dog or two on a treadmill and you older than me, same age as me or older than me. What the fuck was you doing back in the days when we could talk about these stories? What was you doing? Y'all brothers done been up here on this social media for a couple years now and ain't told nothing. You got multiple platforms. You don't fuck with Pelican Bay? Okay, get on one of these other platforms. Talk about what you did with these dogs. You keep wanting to ask these questions. How we know you ain't taking notes and passing it along to these agents? You ain't giving out no stories of your damn self. Y'all grown ass, old ass motherfuckers. You ain't no 20 years old. You 50-something, 40-something, 50-something. You ain't talking about shit. You just want to troll all the time, and think because you get up there and show a damn dog on a treadmill and this and that shit means something. It might mean something to some of them other motherfuckers, but to me, that shit don't mean shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean not a damn thing, especially the ones that's older than me. Like I said, and this pertains to a lot of these brothers out here. A majority of these brothers out here, you start bulldogging 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 10 damn years ago. And at least you start bulldogging in your 40s and you're 50-something now. Or you're still in your 40s. And you just start damn bulldogging after you turn 40-something, man. Don't disrespect me. Put some respect on my motherfucking name like I said. The shit that I'm talking about, I was doing before I left fucking high school. You know? When it come to that Big John shit, a lot of y'all shouldn't be talking no trash about them Big John dogs if you never beat the Big John dogs. You know? Don't talk trash off of a litter. Talk trash when you did something, when you kicked some ass to that particular line of dogs. See, I kicked Frisco dog's ass. I kicked the Big John dog's ass. You know what I'm saying? I kicked Red Boy Jeep dogs. Like I told the brother, he said, well, I don't like the brute stuff. Because I kicked their ass already. I ain't got nothing really against them. They just didn't perform to the level that I thought they should perform at. Some of my easiest shit to take out. So I talk about it. You know, a lot of y'all could have got the smoke with them Big John dogs. You could have got some action with them Big John dogs, but you veered different directions. You didn't try to get no smoke with them dogs. You know? That's the easiest question to ask when we want to say who got the champions, who got the winners, who got this, the people, everybody don't come out and talk about this stuff in the public. You're not going to be able to find everything in the Sporting Dog Journal. And that's the reason people didn't get hot when a lot of other people got hot. You know? Some people got hot like David Tant in 04. He got his shit happened in 04. He was mainstream. He was putting himself out there like that. Some people didn't put themselves out there and they was able to last longer. You know? So if I didn't put myself out there and I'm able to last longer in this game, you think you're going to be able to find who had this and who had that? You know? How about the brothers that's still active out there? You think they're going to want to talk about or what they got or what they did if they still active? So you're not going to be able to find certain things. But the big question is, why a lot of y'all didn't get your own smoke with that Big John stuff? Like I said before. See, I kicked their ass before I bred to them. I bought some of them dogs, but I kicked ass before I bred to them. You know? And when I bred to them, I bred their own stuff back to their own stuff. But hey, I just give it to the brothers, man. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered when it comes to these dogs, the dog community. You know what I'm saying? We push the goalposts, we push the fence when it comes to every damn thing out here. And like I said before, I'm 30 years in this bitch. Put some respect on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn if I ain't who your favorite hero is. My credentials will back me the fuck up. I ain't in no sporting dog journals. You know what I'm saying? I ain't in none of that. But I can be verified, you know? It is what it is, man. You know where you're at now? You're at the PBC, where I'm giving it to you, fair and unbiased, raw and uncut, Pelican Bay's corner. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay legal out there, and we out.